Hello, welcome guys. Today we'll see a very interesting topic. This topic is so necessary to make different kind of sentences. Maybe in the past you got an experience talking about this topic. So I hope this topic will be so interesting for you and it helps you to understand a lot. So welcome. Today we'll discuss about conditionals. Okay, so you're watching my screen. So let's start with the class. There are zero conditional, first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. But just in this class, we'll see the zero conditional, the first conditional, and the second conditional. Okay. Let's start about the zero conditional. We have a sentence right here, right? It says simple present. But do not forget, when we talk about conditionals, it's so important to mention, to say that we have to use if. If, as you see, I'm sorry, if, as you see right here, is the most important keyword when talking about conditionals. That's why we say if. This is the condition. Yes? When talk about the zero conditional, we use the zero conditional to talk about permanent truths, such as scientific facts or general habits. The structure is very simple, simple present and simple present, ¿ok? Entonces usamos para hablar pues de verdades obvias o fijas o pues hábitos en generales, ¿no? If I am late for school, my teacher gets angry. Possible fact, right? Si llego tarde o voy tarde al colegio, mi profesor se enoja. No, eso es claro. It's a permanent truth because this person right here knows very well the teacher, and she knows or he knows that the teacher is going to get angry if someone is getting late, right? Because it's an interruption for the class. Okay, take into account what I told you, all right, about the permanent truths, scientific facts, or general habits. Okay, but the structure is simple present, simple present. Bueno, el uso común es que en el caso de ello, como ven, if, y al final de esta primera oración va pues precedido por una coma, ¿no? Y así con todos los condicionales, pero caso contrario puede ser lo opuesto, ¿no? My teacher gets angry if I am late for school. Si en el caso de la primera oración estuviera antecedido obviamente por my teacher, obviamente el uso del if estaría en el medio de la oración, pero ya no sería el coma para nada, sería una oración completa sola. ¿Ok? A tener en consideración ello. If I oversleep, guys, what's gonna happen? I missed the bus. So, what is the sentence? If I miss the bus, I'm late for school. Yes, of course. Here. If I is oversleep. Si pues he dormido demasiado, obviamente, pues I missed the school. I missed the bus, sorry. I missed the bus. Pues ha perdido el bus por haberse dormido tanto, ¿no? Entonces, si pierde obviamente el bus, obviamente el bus pasa a cierto tiempo determinado, pues obviamente va a llegar tarde al colegio. ¿Correcto? If I miss the bus, I am late for school. Puede ser al revés. I am late for school if I miss the bus. Pero ya no habría nada de coma. Solo cuando empieza el condicional if, pues puede ir el coma en el medio de. ¿Okay? Pero igual se sigue manteniendo lo que hemos dicho. Presente, presente. If I miss the bus, I take a taxi, ¿no? Si tomo un taxi, ¿no? Para llegar a tiempo. O en este caso, pues I am late for school. If I am late for school, my teacher gets angry. ¿Sí? Estamos observando las dos posiciones, como se había mencionado. No solamente siempre va a ser el verbo to be, también puede ser una oración en tercera persona, porque acá está pues la tercera persona, my teacher. Okay. So now let's talk about the first conditional. So when we talk about the first conditional, when we talk about the first conditional, as you see, we have the structure as simple present and will. It is because we talk about a realistic situation in the present or maybe future. Okay, for that reason, we use at the very beginning our conditional if simple present. As we'll talk about realistic situation that can be in the present or past, we often use will most of the time. This is the other ways that you can use, right? But the most common one is will. El que más se usa es will. If I go to London, I will see the Big Ben. If I go to London, I will see the Big Ben. Si yo voy a Londres, visitaré pues Big Ben, ¿no? ¿Cómo les dice pues habla o se refiere a algunas situaciones que puede realizarse en ese presente y futuro si es que realiza esa acción, ¿no? Okay. If I study a lot, I will pass the exam. That is clear, right? I mean, if you study hard, we suppose that you will pass the test and you will get a good grade. If you eat vegetables, you will be in shape or you will get in shape, right? So that is something obvious. Okay, so that is the use of first conditional. If I go to London, I will see the Big Ben, right? If I go to Buckingham Palace, I can take a photo of the royal ward. So that is true. So here we see another example that someone is using another verb, right? Because we can use will, can, and the other verbs they are already mentioned before. That I will tell you again. You can use can, made, or maybe must. Okay. And also we can say, if I go to the Buckingham Palace, I will take a picture of royal ward. If I go to Peru, I will visit Machu Picchu. Right? Typical sentence. It's something that you can do if you develop this activity, right? Es algo que uno va a hacer o puede hacer si es que va o realiza esa actividad, ¿no? If you go to London, you must look right before crossing the street. Oh, yes, of course. Very good. Ok. De igual manera hay que tener mucho cuidado con ello, ¿no? O sea, vamos en esta oración. If I go to London, I will see the Big Ben. De igual manera, si empieza primero la oración sería I will see the Big Ben if I go to London. Ok. No olvidar que solo se usa el if. Si vamos a usar el if como al comienzo de la oración, pues obviamente vamos a tener que usar la coma en intermedio. Y el verbo siempre en presente, ¿no? Sabemos que puede ser tercera persona, verbo tal cual, puede ser presente, puede ser en negativo, don't, doesn't, ¿correcto? Y por otro lado, no se olviden de la forma negativa de will, que es won't. Y a veces se usa también la contracción, ¿ok? De aquí, es decir, ¿correcto? Now let's talk about the second conditional. The second conditional right here, we use it to talk about improbable or impossible situation in the present future. Lo usamos para hablar pues de situaciones pues improbables o imposibles que van a pasar, o sea, en pocas palabras, no realistas, ¿no? Here we see an example. If I were an astronaut, I would travel in a spaceship. Si fuera un astronauta, viajaría pues por una nave espacial. Pero no lo eres, but you are not. Okay, some real situations, right? Situaciones irreales. Nos ponemos en el caso de si fuéramos tal, algo así, ¿no? Igual, if simple past, and here we use would. Would is the most common verb we use in second conditional. But we can use could or might, okay? If I studied for the exam, I would pass the exam. Pero no estudié y por eso jalé. Okay. If I traveled to Cusco, okay, I would visit Machu Picchu. Pero no visité y no viajé a Cusco, así que es un supuesto. No es real, pero si fuera, haría eso, ¿no? So this is the use of the second conditional. Do not forget that would and the base form. El would y el verbo en la forma base. If I were, if I were, es if I were, si yo fuera un astronauta. No solamente vamos a usar el pasado del verbo to be, también podemos usar los verbos regulares e irregulares, forma negativa, si fuera el caso, libre. ¿Ya? Ok. If I were an astronaut, I would travel in a spaceship. Good. If I traveled in a spaceship, I would go to Mars. You can also change the sentence into I would go to Mars if I travel in a spaceship. Nuevamente recordar que si usas el if al comienzo de la oración, siempre vamos a poner la coma en intermedio, terminando nuestra primera oración. Pero si lo haces opuesto, pues sería una oración completa sin coma ni nada. ¿Ok? A considerar ello, ¿correcto? Palabras claves. Ok, palabras claves, no se olviden. Cero condicional, present person. First conditional, present will. And the second conditional, past and would. Okay, just to consider. If I went to Mars, I would meet a Martian. Yes, if I went here, we see a bird, a irregular bird, and of course, would is always next to a bird in base form. Okay, perfect. If I met a Martian, I wouldn't understand him. For sure, we won't. That's okay. If I didn't understand him, would come back to the earth. Yes, acá también vemos, observamos que también se puede usar la forma negativa del pasado, didn't, y obviamente el verbo tal cual. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for your participation, guys. So here you see you actually saw here a feedback. So just you want to make a review, you can do it, or you can make me questions. So don't worry. So we complete here with the zero conditional, with the first conditional and the second conditional. Okay. And here you have some cases using both situations. Okay. And for the other hand here, you see a complete international test, listening test of PET international exam. So you can do it. It's a B1 test, okay? And the speaking time here, use zero for second conditional, write some advices that you consider necessary. In groups you have to do it that, alright. En grupos van a tratar de hacer esta actividad, van a hacer casuísticas, van a poner algunos casos en imágenes en PowerPoint y ustedes van a dar las oraciones de los condicionales respectivos. Okay, that's all for today, my dear students. Thank you for being here today. Goodbye. Goodbye.